Hey guys, jeez, I am so um, not at my best, I guess, right now. But it's Sana's life, and I just do whatever, whenever. And I'm a trans woman. I got my issues, my things going on, and you know, so here's the deal. I stayed up late. I mean, it's like I didn't even sleep. It's crazy. Um, but I just checked out. Again, my ex can't seem to just stop, you know. He posts videos up and then he starts talking about me yet again. It's like, are we going to move on or are we not? I've asked to move forward and just forget about me. But then there are these comments that people leave, and it's like this same Rebecca Lavoie person that was like just shooting me down and stuff. Oh my gosh. It's like, when is it going to stop? Especially from Christians. I mean, Christians are like, so awful sometimes. So basically, I'm like looking at some of these comments because I haven't blocked him on YouTube and he knows when I'm doing stuff. But for one of the most awful things about being with Mark was just this constant misgendering, that would go on. It was like, I mean, he wouldn't do it to me per se. He would call me his girl and his woman and all that stuff. But then when he was with his mother, he would call me him and they, and sometimes he would call me she. But it was like, I'm just like, so I'm reading. Okay, I'm reading. And it's a few days ago. This Rebecca Lavoie person is just like, has it out for me or something. So I'm thinking, okay, so this Rebecca Lavoie. Mark Angelo's Corner, your first paragraph said it all. Okay, so let's see what Mark Angelo's Corner had to say about stuff. Rebecca Lavoie, dear friend, it's exactly how I was feeling, hanging on, hoping she could break free from the emotional prison, but it never came. All of my attempts to help her break free was taken as being controlling and smothering. To be human is to feel. I believe that many in the trans community are Aspies or Asperger people, different degrees, and are unable to feel fully and create their own safe haven in gender expression. I thank you for your support, for sharing, for being kind, just for being you. Love you, my friend, and know that you are not alone. It's like they're all analyzing me, you know. They don't look at the fact that Mark is a control freak. I mean, a control freak. I mean, there were times when he would grab me and I was like, this isn't happening, right? You know, I'm like really not wanting to be grabbed right now, you know. And it's like, I mean, they come up with all these different scenarios and stuff, and nobody's to blame but them. I mean, but me. So Rebecca writes, Mark Angelo's Corner, your first paragraph said it all. I would falsely believe that there was change or hope, only find out that I had been lied to and manipulated once again. Who's manipulating who? Honestly, if I confronted the lie or manipulation, I was met with more lies and excuses. I can't understand for the life of me why any individual would want to expend this much this much energy on behaviors that are fruitless. About midway through the relationship, I discovered self-destructive patterns in them. They seemed to be bent on destroying everything, including me. There was something obviously very wrong that could not be explained away with a simple explanation. I had heard of Asperger's before and wanted to learn more. I came across an extensive article upon reading it. I felt lost and went into denial mode for a short period of time. I said to myself, they certainly couldn't have this. I told myself, how could they have this when they seem to be able to redeem themselves at the last moment? But I began to notice a self-serving pattern with me, with this as well. It was not enlightenment on their part, it was preservation. I recall the article explaining that people with Asperger's have the capability of mimicking or parroting behaviors that come natural for the average person. In other words, the Asper has learned to cope, to copycat or repeat behaviors that are more socially acceptable. They can tell you that they love you or that they are truly sorry, but their words are empty and have no meaning. They have learned that these expressions will help to serve their own needs with little regard for the person that they were initially intended for. I am not in denial any longer. I can't be. The truth is right in my face. You said it perfectly. They, again, are in an emotional prison. How profound. In self-defense, I am emotionally shutting down. I can't continue to try and help or rescue this person any longer. I have been throwing them a lifeline or rope, but now it is trapped around my neck. I am okay, but I'm writing this with a heavy heart. It is very difficult to admit or come to terms with a loss of any kind. My problem is I don't give up easily. I'm still processing all this, but I know that it is just a matter of time before I must separate myself from the situation. My friend, thank you for your kindness. I'm here to give you emotional support as well. And then Rebecca, that's Mark writing back to Rebecca. And, you know, it's like, how many times do we have to go through this, you know, and talk about the same stuff? Okay, here's the real truth. You want to know the truth, you know, like that Jack Nicholson movie with Tom Cruise. The truth is this, okay? I, Lena Lopez, I was in a really bad car accident. Okay, really bad. I broke my C134 T7. I was injured beyond belief. I would never knew if I could walk again. Okay, I was desperately seeking somebody to care for me and to love me, because I have been a victim of rejection ever since I transitioned. And basically, what happened with Mark is he arrived on the scene when nobody else came. And I was like, yeah, please stay. I need help. You know, I need it. So what ended up happening was, you know, this codependent relationship developed where I needed him and he wanted, I guess he needed me. And, you know, we ended up having this relationship that was unhealthy from the start, from the get-go. You know, I mean, knowing that he wanted to transition back in May of 2015 and that he tried to like become a woman for my kids or something like, I mean, you know, here's the truth, people. The truth is this. I love my kids, and I always have. I always have loved my kids. And my kids always, you know, like have been heavy on my heart. And those of you who followed me throughout my life, on Lena's life, back in 2014 when I transitioned back in 2013 and started my channel early 2014, you will know that it was always my heart. My cry was my kids. So here comes this person and like, you know, I mean, I'm like being ramrodded and accused, and they're going to go, oh, they're so defensive and stuff. I'm just protecting myself, you know, because I'm being called a manipulator when, you know, the person who manipulates is Mark. I mean, the person, you could tell that a person like that is very heavy-handed. I mean, he was a product of an abusive situation at home. He only saw a very massive, macho, masculine Cuban dad who, like, you know, beat on his mom. And, you know, I mean, it's a very sick upbringing. I mean, he even brought up the fact that, you know, his mom and his dad would, like, they would, like, bring porn into the bedroom or something, and they would have, like, threesomes. I don't know, just some really gross stuff, right? I don't have I don't have parents like that. My parents were pretty clean, you know, by the book, Christians, you know, they didn't do anything like that. So that's just all bizarre behavior for me. And, you know, he's the one that had the breast form store as his sponsor and some lube shop as his sponsor, which was disgusting to me as well. So I didn't understand nothing. He's the one that's into porn. He, like, wanted me to watch porn with him. I mean, just weird stuff that, I mean, I'm like a good kid. I don't really care about that kind of thing, you know? I mean, it just wasn't my thing. You know, he's the one with the XTube channel, whatever XTube is, it's some porn channel. So, I mean, for me, he comes from a totally different background. Okay. Just to be straight with you, honestly. And it was foreign to me. So when I am being called a manipulator, and I mean, I'm the one that's being restrained so many times in our relationship. I'm the one that's being, um like emotionally abused, really. I mean, I'm not going to say that he was physically abusive. I think that if it would have gotten to me defending myself, it could have been in a physically abusive situation. Um, I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that I'm not, like, trying to lie or anything. I'm just missing my kids, and I can't give my heart to somebody who is making me become more alienated from my children than I ever imagined I could be. So all this psycho babble bullshit garbage, you know, analyzation, Asperger's this, obsessive that, bipolar this, you know, it's like, please leave the excuses and fend for yourself and your own problems that you're dealing with and your own turmoil and your own egomaniacal way of being. You know, Mark is so confident in himself, so assured of himself that he thinks that everybody is wrong and he is right. And he's like, you know, he's the one that gets all the answers from the universe downloaded into him. And I've had to, like, put up with all of his nonsense, spiritual babble and conspiracy theory nonsense, chemtrails here, and, you know, the grays there, and, you know, the poisoning of the population. And, oh my God, right? I mean, please. And I'm being told that I'm the crazy one. I mean, I don't understand it. I am just fed up with all of this analyzation. Puts me in this place where I have felt like I was, like, broken and I don't have enough to share and give. And it's stunted my transition. It's questioned my, you know, everything I've done. And it's like, enough already. You know, leave the psychobabble bullshit alone. You know, I transition because I know what I am, and that is a woman. So please just stop. Stop talking about me. Stop writing about me. Stop analyzing me. You know, it's like, I want to block his channel. I really do. But then I won't get a chance to watch and see what he's saying about me. And it's like, it's so destructive. You know, it's so hurtful. It's so, like, it's like trying to control me, although they have no reins on me anymore, you know? And then it's like turning it on me, turning the page back on me. So apparently this Rebecca Lavoie is leaving Mark's channel because she doesn't really like how he's bashing Christianity. Well, news for you, Rebecca. Mark has never been a believer, never been a person of faith, never believed in the Bible. you know? I mean, only did this to follow my whims and stuff of wanting to get back with my kids. So, I mean, I don't really want to go into all the details and stuff like that, but it's just really sickening, you know, to see and to hear. But that's the morning conversation right now, and I hope you guys have a great day. I'll give you more positive stuff later, but for now, I am just sick of being analyzed. Sick of it. Sick of it.